You're watching Weekend at Gabe's and I'm Weekend Gabe. This latest episode was brought to you by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. Use our code W@G for an exclusive 15% discount when visiting their site. Tell them I sent you. Now enjoy the show. Yo, broadcasting live to you and yours. It's Weekend Gabe holding you down on this Thursday, August 4th, 2022. We have a lot going on tonight. Another big show lined up for you. And hopefully you guys got some adult beverage because you're going to need it for this episode in particular. We're going to be welcoming Boston's own Gatch to the show, who has an enormous amount of musical talent and also who just came off tour and experienced a little bit of the Rona disrupted his tour plans, but we're going to get into all that in just a moment with him at 8:10. And then we also got news that Gabe only cares about. Hang on, I got to fix this Y. There you go, because why not? And then at 8:40, 8:50-ish, we're going to do music shots with Spicy Mike, where we review Chris Brown's 30-song album. That's right, 30 records, but not as many shots as you probably thought. Either way, it's going to be a great show on Weekend at Games tonight. Give us a follow on these socials at Weekend Game, at Weekend at Games, at The Real Sam Crane, and also at The Ghetto Flower. Speaking of Sam Crane, joining us from the undisclosed location.
You already know what's going down. And it is indeed a huge show tonight. I am so excited to bring Gash on the show. It should be fun.
Oh, absolutely.
We got a little funk. We got a little, pop music vibes coming. We may have wanted to book the Irish rapper Gatch and could only get this kid from Boston. But things happen here, guys. This is how the show goes. So we're really excited to do that. And most importantly, Gabe, it is sort of an adult beverage sort of night, which is why, for the first time in a long time, you will see me drinking on this episode. Why am I drinking, you might ask? Because tonight, we are playing a drinking game. And what are the rules? I cannot tell you. Because we have not told Weekend Gabe what the drinking game is. The only thing that we have is Gatch knows, and I know. And I just got to say that, given how we started the show, I already owe 3 drinks. So we'll take it from there, and I will take mine right now.
All right. Well, Gatch is going to be joining us. We're really excited to have him talk about his music. I was tweeting about it on our Instagram, storying a lot about him and some of the records that I was listening to from his debut album that was about 3-4 years ago. And then how the party record he has out that came out last year, he's touring and just that transition, and it's phenomenal. So I'm really excited to get into that tonight. But there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. We're going to get into it in news in just a minute. But everything that's going on, like with Warner Brothers and HBO Max and all that crazy shit.
Oh, man.
Listen, man, it's the HBO Max in the 2 minutes we got before we do news. Yeah. Is HBO Max not the best app streaming that's out there right now?
That's a good question. I think if it wasn't so purple, we've talked about color theory on the show before. Purple's not doing it for me. That being said, I do think like latency wise, like app usage wise, it's definitely one of the better ones out there. So I can't be mad at HBO. Mike's saying HBO the best content machine. He says the app is trash. I don't know about that because I also use Paramount Plus, and Paramount Plus's app is absolutely fucking god awful.
Oh yeah, Paramount is super trash.
Terrible. ESPN, fix your shit. I don't know what's going on with you.
Yeah, ESPN is tough also as well.
Yeah, Prime Video. I'm just begging for the day that they like redo the interface on that because ultimately confusing. They keep trying to get you to buy stuff in the middle of like you watching a show. That shit is awful. So yeah, I value HBO Max. I'm not willing to go and say it's the best out. I do like Peacock, if I'm dead honest with you.
Peacock has like a lot of surprise content as far as like movies that you might have forgot about. They have a lot of like stuff that you might not be looking for, but you're happy that you found.
Yeah.
And then also some of the shows also are things that you probably from the past that are really good as well. But I do like HBO Max just because they have a lot of the shows I grew up watching, which were on like the CW back then. So they had like the Wayans brothers, they have the Jamie Foxx show, they got Martin now. And then only until the end of the month, the Harry Potter films are all on there. So they always, and then they also had the conjunction with the movie channel or classic movie channel, Turner. And they have like all the old school 60s, 70s films. They have all fucking everything. So it's like, it's hard.
Let's talk more about what movies are on the streaming services while we do our show. That'll be interesting for all the fans.
Exactly. So we're going to get to that just a little bit more. But right now, not now, but right now, Sam, set us up.
Ladies and gentlemen, your mom doesn't care about the news. Whoever is the anchor currently on MSNBC, she doesn't care about the news, but there is one man who cares about the news, so you don't have to, and his name is Weekend Gabe, and that's why it's news that only Weekend Gabe cares about. Let's get into it.
All right, brought to us by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. Follow them right now at theghettoflower.com and use our coupon code W@G for 15% off all purchases of $50 or more.
And also be sure to go check out the Fresh Flowers podcast. The new episode with Flex just dropped. If you are watching this on YouTube, I will put it at the end of the video. The link if you need it. We got you covered. We love the Ghetto Flower and their incredible merch. You can't buy this hat, but you can buy lots of other things on their website using our code W@G. And that's how we roll.
All right, let's go. All right, Lollapalooza was last weekend here in Chicago. You might have heard about it. But one security guard decided to take being sick just a little bit too damn far. She phoned in, told her supervisor that she had received an anonymous text that read, quote, mass shooting at 4 p.m., location Lollapalooza. We have 150 targets, unquote, via text now. Her supervisor then notified the Chicago police, who then notified the FBI's Joint Counterterrorism Task Force, which now you know you're really fucking with the government. And they investigated and quickly found out that this woman had made it all up on Facebook just to leave work a little bit early.
Oh, wait, I've been saying this on Twitter all week, but don't fumble the bag, kids. You had 4 days of paid work. All you had to do was stay there for the whole time. And you couldn't do it. You just had to
just quit.
Why do these people think they're smart? You know what I mean? Like, they really believe that, like, they will threaten mass violence, and then I'll be able to go home and drink an espresso. Like, it's just not how the world works. You are not smart in the FBI. Keep that fucking wild shit off the social media. You are not fucking listen. To whoever's out there watching, you are not the fucking Riddler. Chill, bro. Chill, bro.
It's like, unless you like know how to encrypt all this stuff and like cover your tracks, and if you're just an 18-year-old doing security to make a few bucks this summer, just earn your $12.50 an hour. Be happy that you can listen to the music from 50 yards away and just enjoy the moments. And if you don't want to work that day, guess what? Just don't show up. You're good. But to really take this,
literally nobody is gonna miss you. Like,
oh, fucking hell yeah. So this person is currently set on bond at $50,000, and with the condition that she must be on electronic.
Maybe if she would have went to all of her work shifts, she would have the $50,000 to pay.
Yeah, look at that. You went home. You end up leaving early, like you wanted, and now you're in jail on a $50,000 bond. So, yeah, if there's a loser of the week, there you go.
I would say it happens to the best of us, but it absolutely fucking does not. So,
really quick, what was the best excuse for leaving work early?
Oh man! This one time I was on my way to work, and then this dude robbed me for my skateboard in California, and I just texted my boss. I was like, "Man, I'm not coming to work," So that was pretty good. That was a pretty good excuse. Like, I can't lie. How about you?
I have multiple children, and children get sick all the time.
CPS, if you're watching, get this
chill, yo. Definitely edit that out in the final cut. But yeah, children get sick all the time. But you can use this argument for anything. That if you don't want to go to like a family function, like, oh man, the baby's sick, and now we live in the era of COVID.
It's actually like, yeah, COVID was really the best excuse of all time. Like
Yeah.
it's like, you didn't even need a picture of your positive test. You could get somebody else's positive test in your friend group, and sure enough, somebody in that friend group has it. You know what I mean? Like,
but early they were like, yo, we need your positive test because then we can't pay you. Now you just be like, I got COVID. I'm just gonna work from home. It's like all good. But yeah, the children are definitely coming useful in those kind of situations. All right, we teased this at the beginning. Warner Bros. Discovery CEO defends axing Batgirl. Quote, we're not going to put out a movie out unless we believe in it. They spent $90 million
Thank you,
on
bro.
Batgirl.
How about this, Discovery CEO? Don't spend $90 million on a film if you don't believe in it. Michael Keaton is somewhere laughing all the way to the fucking bank. And that's
he was in this. Yep. J.K. Simmons returned as Commissioner Gordon in this.
Wow.
I mean, they like really went and did the damn thing. And then they were like, I guess from what I was reading is that they did a tester for an audience and that the reaction wasn't great. And that for $90 million, it really wasn't the investment for a big screen superhero film this should be.
We talk about sunk cost, but that's a fucking lot of money. Somebody's head's got to roll for that, and it's not going to be Michael fucking Keaton. That's all I know.
No, that check is cash. Like whether or not you see it or not, he's like, I'm good. I may or may not appear in the Flash, considering that Ezra Miller is going off the fucking rails every time we see him. But this is like in conjunction with the Disney Discovery and HBO merger that's taking place, which may also affect the HBO Max. The Max may get dropped and it just be HBO Discovery, which will then, so far, HBO Max has been removing original HBO Max content that they had been on the app for the last year or so. So a bunch of changes are happening, which is why I was asking whether or not this is the best app. And it is. And I think as far as movies and original content go, John Oliver, who we're a huge fan of.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that with these changes and then also with the uncertain future.
Now, to be clear, I think there should be a distinction made. It's not that HBO is going under. They are still going to make Game of Thrones. They will still make John Oliver, which is an HBO native show, but it's the HBO Max content. You're talking about the DC content. You're talking about Batgirl. You're talking about Titans, which is apparently going to come back with the season 4. But who knows what the future is there.
Yeah, I think the DC and that content will be fine. I think a lot of the stuff that we see like on the HBO Max part of the app is probably going to get removed at some point. Yeah. But either way, it's people are just getting freaked out because of like stuff that they really enjoy watching is disappearing. But also with this cancellation of the film of Batgirl and then with the uncertainty of what the DC universe holds, what does this mean? We have Shazam trailer that just dropped 2 weeks ago.
I think that's a very good question, Weekend Gabe, and I would like to pose it to all of the DC execs. What are you doing, and what does this mean?
It's another reset.
I don't know. Like we did the Snyderverse thing. It doesn't seem like you were like, oh, here, have the Snyderverse, but we're still going to do our own thing. It was really like, here's the Snyderverse. That's the period at the end of the sentence. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going on over there. Apparently, Ben Affleck is coming back for another movie.
For Aquaman.
I don't care. I truly do not care. Marvel is about to blow Aquaman out of the water with this new Black Panther movie. And yeah.
Yo, if Doom comes out in Black Panther, game over. That's all I'm saying. That's the rumor. But I'm just saying.
Never. They talking about Doom and Black Panther. That's the first I'm hearing of it. That is unverified, but there might be a Weekend at Gags exclusive.
That's what I'm hearing from Jay Washington. He had speculated about it. Who'd been on the show, and he was a huge comic book film. He reviews all the film and comic books, and he speculated that. And I'm like, that would be fucking amazing. But anyways, DC Universe in trouble. HBO at Max in Trouble. Not good. Not good.
Not good. Not good.
All right. So that's going to be our news tonight that Gabe only cares about on this August 4th, 2022. Thank you for watching the latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's on YouTube, brought to you by the Ghetto Flower. Make sure to also click on the links in the description for more information to our guests and access to exclusive new music from the Ghetto Flower and so much more. Make sure to also like and subscribe to the show, and also continue to share, support, and show love by clicking on any of the links surrounding my head. Thanks for watching.